My dear students, so today we have to see the concentration terms. Those are molarity, mole fraction, molality, and normality. So in the last session, I told you about the concentration terms. What is a concentration? What is the solution? The introduction part, and now we will see the concentration terms. So these are the four major concentration terms. You need to see all these things. So let us just start with this first one, that is mole fraction. So what is mole fraction? So what is particularly the mole fraction? So mole fraction, see here, the mole fraction, it is the number of moles of solute. It is a ratio of number of moles of solute or solvent present in a solution with the total number of moles of solution. So that means here, so moles of solute are solvent. So here the solvent are solute by total number of moles. So total number of moles. So let us understand first actually what is mole here. So what is mole here? So what is actually here 1 mole? So you know that you have already studied in the intermediate, that is 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to 20 to the power of 23 molecules are there. So by combining all these molecules, you will get 1 mole here. So 1 mole is nothing but 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules are there. So in the chemistry, you have to, because the molecules are here, so in a particular matter, there will be a millions of molecules are there. అంటే ఒక చిన్న మ్యాటర్ తీసుకుంటే ఒక కుర్చీ కానీ ఏదైనా టేబుల్ కానీ తీసుకుంటే అందులో ఎన్ని ఐటమ్స్ ఉంటాయి అంటే మిలియన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని కోట్ల కొద్ది ప్రతిసారి అన్ని ఉంటాయి, బిలియన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, అన్ని ఉన్నాయని చెప్పలేము. So I can say that, so it is 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 6 into 10 to the power of 23. So see here 23, 6 into 23, that means 600000000 23 zeros are there, and I'm combining all those things as 1 mole. So that is given by Avogadro. So this is also called Avogadro number, that is Na, Avogadro number here. So that is, so this much large number of molecules is equal to mole here. So how to calculate that 1 mole? So 1 mole, how can we calculate? By from particular weight or particular grams, particular mass. So let us understand here. So let us start with the mole and then we will see the mole fraction. So first, what is mole here? So what is mole here? Let us take 40 grams of NaOH is there. 40 grams of NaOH is there. Now I need to find out the number of moles in that particular 40 grams. So how can you calculate this? So number of moles, which is equal to, see this particular formula, which is very important. That is weight by molecular weight. So in some books it is written that the mass by molecular mass. So weight and mass both are same. There is no difference in particular chemistry. In the physics it is different, but chemistry weight and mass both are same. Here mass by molecular mass or weight by molecular weight. So here the question is 40 grams of NaOH. So there is a 40 grams of NaOH. So I have taken a 40 grams of NaOH in a beaker. So now the question is, how many moles are there on that particular 40 grams of NaOH? So here I have taken only one substance, that is NaOH. So how can you calculate the number of moles? So how can we calculate? So by using this particular formula. So that is very simple. Weight by molecular weight. So what is weight here? So here I told you just now, that is 40 grams of NaOH. NaOH. So here 40 grams, that is a weight. 40. Then what is the molecular weight? So total the molecular weight. What is the molecular weight? So first we will add the mass of the each atom. So you know that what is the atomic mass of the sodium? That is sodium will be 23. That you can see in the periodic table. So and the oxygen. So NaOH. So oxygen will be, actually it is 8. So if you double that, you can get a 16. And the hydrogen, which is 1. So see here, what is the value, total value? So by adding these three things, that is 23, 16, and you will get 40. So 40 is a molecular weight. 40 is a molecular weight. So number of moles of 40 grams, that means, so that is 1 mole. So in a simple way, I can say that if you take the 40 grams of NaOH, then I will say simply you have taken only 1 mole of NaOH. నేను ఒకటే మోల్ తీసుకున్నా అని అన్నట్టుంది అర్థం. So this is very important thing. So not only this, you can check in many ways. So not only those particular NaOH or NaS, any whatever, you can take any mixture, any substance, so that you will get the particular number of moles. So let us take simple another example. So let us take a water. Simple example. Let us take water. So what is a water? Let us take 54 grams of water. 54 grams of water. So let us see how many moles are there. How many moles are there? So you know that weight I have taken, that is 54. Very good. So what is a molecular weight? So you must have the ability to calculate this molecular weight, because if you are not if you are unable to do the molecular weight calculation, you can't understand all these things. So because molecular weight is very important here. So how can you calculate the molecular weight? So see here, the hydrogen mass, that is 2 hydrogens are there, 2 into 1, you will get 2 here. So oxygen, that is again 16. So that is 18. So the molecular weight of water, which is 18, so you will get 3 here. So that means how many moles are there in a particular 54 grams of 54 grams of H2O. So if you are taken 54 grams of H2O in a beaker, that means you have taken 3 moles of water, 3 moles of water. So now I am asking you, the question is, then what is 1 mole of water? So here 54 grams is equal to 3 moles of H2O. So now I am asking, the question is, so how much is a grams which is equal to 1 mole? So definitely it is 18 grams. So if you have taken 18 grams in a beaker, so that means you have taken 1 mole. If you have taken 54, then you have taken 3 moles. So if you again, so if you know the calculation, the table of 18, 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36. 36 grams means you have taken 2 moles. So again, 18 threes are 18 fours are, you can say the number of moles 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, so on. So finally you will get the number of moles. So now let us see the mole fraction. So here the mole fraction is nothing but it is the ratio of number of moles of solute or solvent present in a solution with the total number of moles of solution. So nothing but actually the mole fraction is indicated with symbol like this. So remember this part, this is symbol, and this actually in some books it is given as chi, and in some books it is given as zeta, and this is in some books they have simply called as x. So actually it is zeta. So now we will see it is called, generally it is called as a zeta. So it is the symbol for the mole fraction. So the mole fraction, it is not x, you have to draw like this. So that is a mole fraction. So very simple example. So see here then. So this particular mole fraction is having like this. So here the mole fraction is equal to number of moles of, so if you have taken the solute, mole fraction of solute, then you have to take as a number of moles of solute by total number of moles. So that is in solution. So let us take one example so you can easily understand. So just now only I told you that. So see one of the example. So that is, see here, very simple example. So you have taken find the mole fraction of 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 54 grams of water. So just now only I told you that 44 grams of NaOH. That means you have taken 1 mole here. Again 54 grams of H2O. That means you have taken 3 moles here. So how many number of moles are there? That is a 4 moles are there. Now here the mole fraction of NaOH is nothing but, so this is how many number of NaOH are there, that is 1 mole. Total moles will be 4, 1 by 4. And again H2O will be 3 moles are there, that is 3 by 4. So very simple. This is 1 by 4 and this is 3 by 4. So you know that, so this is a particularly mole fraction of this particular NaOH and H2O. Now see here, this particular mole fraction. So mole fraction of A, mole fraction of B always equal to 1. So see here how it is equal. So first let us understand this mole fraction in a more easier way. So mole fraction is nothing but simply mathematically it is a percentage. So it is a percentage. So why I'm telling you as a percentage? Because so see here, the NaOH you have taken 1 mole, and water molecule you have taken 3 moles. So the total will be 1 mole. So see here, that what is the percentage of NaOH here? Then 1 by 4. You have taken that the mole fraction, that is 1 by 4. That means you have taken the percentage of NaOH. Mathematically it is a percentage, but chemically it is called as a mole fraction. So there is no difference between the mole fraction and the percentage. Only the mathematics, chemistry is the difference. So see here, in other way you can say that. So to understand this, so I will say simply like that. So this four, let us take it is a total marks. It is a total marks, and this is the pass marks. This is a pass marks. This is a pass marks, and this is a fail marks. So remaining marks. So whatever the he passed with only 1 mole. So see a total marks which is 4 marks. So how can you calculate the pass percentage? So he is getting only 1 mark. So with 4, so total is a 4 marks, and he is getting only 1 mark. That is 1 by 4. So you know that particularly. So I will take, let us take simple example. So I have taken A and B. So let us take this A and B. And A is a solvent. A is a solvent, and this B is a solute. So in the same way, I have taken one person. So he is a person, and he is getting a particular subject. So in a chemistry, he is getting the marks. Let us take he is getting the marks. So let us say he got 70 marks out of 100. He got 70 marks out of 30, out of 100. So this 70 is a pass marks. So he got this 70 marks. So he is the correct answers will be 70. So what is the wrong answers? It is 30. So it is a fail. So remaining part. So what is the fail percentage? Then that is 30 by 100. So see here, 70 by 100, 30 by 100. So now here this pass which is called the 70%, and here this fail which is called 30%. So how if you are adding these two, you will get the 100%. 100%. So 100% that means by 100. So 100 you are getting 1. So finally you 100% means you are getting 1 here. So in that way, these are mathematics. Now he will understand this in a chemistry. So see here, mole fraction of the solute and a solvent. So let us understand, you are having the particularly the solvent is 3 moles and the solute is 1 mole. So total will be 4 moles here. Now here the pass. So let us take the solvent is pass here and the solute is fail here. So see here, the what is the pass percentage? Definitely 3 by 4, and the solute which is 1 by 4 here. So here 3 by 4 and 1 by 4. When you are adding, if you are adding both two, you must get 1, because it is a percentage. You have to get only 100%. See here, 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So definitely 3 plus 1, 4, 4 by 4, you will get only 1. That is a 100%. So remember, once again, I'm telling you the mole fraction is nothing, but it is a percentage in a mathematics. So mathematics difference with the chemistry, that is only here we have particularly we are using solute and solvent. So mathematically it is simply called as a percentage. So remember this mole fraction, that is very important. So in this way we can calculate the mole fraction of 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 50 grams of water. So let me understand this. So okay, this is enough. We will see some other problems in the next session. We'll move towards to the next concentration term, that is molarity. So see here, that is a mole fraction, and we will see further the problems of the mole fraction in the next session. Now we will see the next another concentration term, which is molarity. Molarity. So molarity. See here the molarity, very important. So this is a major part of the concentration term. So if you understand the molarity, then this is, you can easily understand the physical part of the chemistry. So this molarity is very important and very interesting part here. So it is nothing but it is the number of molarity, and it is the number of moles of solute dissolves in 1 liter of solution. Dissolves in 1 liter of solution. And see here, you can understand here that the number of moles of solute dissolves in 1 liter of solution. So let me take a beaker like this. Let me take a beaker. In a beaker, it is a fixed volume. Let us take the volume which is 1 liter. So particularly this is 1 liter. So this is one, the beaker which is particularly 1 liter. So now you are adding the number of moles. So how many you are adding? So you are adding, so total which is 100, total which is 1 liter of solution, and you are adding here 1 mole. So a 2 mole. So let us take you are adding 3 moles. You are adding 3 moles, and the total solution will be 1 liter. So total solution will be 1 liter. So let us understand the molarity of this particular solution. See here, the molarity is very simple. So it is the number of moles of solute dissolves in 1 liter of solution. So let us take one example. So if you are having 0.1 molar HCl, it means that you have taken the 0.1 moles in 1 liter of solution. In 1 liter of solution. So 0.1 molar HCl means you have taken 0.1 mole. So if you are having the molarity as 2 molar HCl, that means you have taken a 2 moles in 1 liter solution. In 1 liter solution, not solvent, this is 1 liter solution. So let us understand these things. So in a calculation, let us see here. You will understand more than this. See here. So molarity is actually, it is indicated with capital M, and this is equal to the number of moles of solute by the volume of solution in liters. So once again, I'm telling you, the molarity is the number of moles of solute dissolves in volume of solution in liter. So here the volume liters is also very, very important thing. So liter is very, very important here. So see here, the number of moles of solute, the volume of solution in ml. So if it is given in ml, simply ml means, so here you will get the ml. If you divide with 1000, you will get the liters. You will get the liters. So why actually we are dividing with the 1000 here? So ml is nothing but milli, that is again 10 to the power of minus 3. So that is a milli, and here liter here. So simply remember that if it is given a particular solution as ml, simply multiply with 1000 here. So multiply with 1000. Actually you have to divide, but it goes to that particular side. So when you are doing this particular calculation, this 1000 will move to that side, that is a numerator, and you will get the equation like this. So here the molarity is equal to number of moles of solute by the volume of solution in ml. If it is ml, then multiply with 1000. If it is in liter, you have not to do anything. Simply if it is ml, only you have to multiply with 1000. The next one, let us see. So that is molarity. So once again, I'm telling you, see here the moles of solute by volume of solution in ml. But here, see here, the what is the moles of solute? You know that mole is nothing but mole is equal to weight by molecular weight. So see here the weight, which is weight by molecular weight. So weight by molecular weight by volume of solution into 1000. So see here you can easily understand that. So this particular moles of solute, this is this one, that is weight by molecular weight. So you have given weight by molecular weight. Okay, now so here again the volume of solution in ml is there. So volume of solution in ml. So that is volume of solution in ml. So see here volume of solution. So when you do the multiplication like this, so this one will go upside, and the so see, sorry, this one will downside like this, because here 1000 is there. So actually the formula, which is number of moles of solute, that is weight by molecular weight by, so volume of solution in ml. So if it is ml, so if the volume which is in ml, then divide with 1000 like this. So see here you can multiply like this, 1000 by v in ml. So you will get finally the equation. So this is a particularly equation to calculate the molecular weight or molarity of a solution. See here the molarity, which is equal to weight by molecular weight into 1000 by volume of solution in ml. So if it is directly it is a liter, then remember that don't use any 1000 here. Here 1000 we are using if it is only ml. ml ఉంటేనే 1000 యూజ్ చేయాలి. ml కాకుండా లీటర్స్ ఇస్తే 1000 you do not need to use that particular 1000. So simply if it is given ml, use that particular 1000 here. So this is a molarity actually. So this is a molarity. So we will see the problem, so you can easily understand these things. So find the molarity of 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 250 ml of solution. So here the question is, there is a particular 250 ml flask here. So there is a 250 ml solution is there. There is a solution which is 250 ml. So let us take a beaker and this up to this line. So up to this line, so this line will be 250 ml. So let us understand these things. So you have taken the volume. So see here, find the molarity of 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 250 ml of solution. That means the length of this solution, this is 250 ml. Now here the question is, we have added 40 grams of NaOH. So what is the molarity of this? So what is the molarity of this? So how can we say the concentration term, the molarity for this particular mixture? So you know that just now only I told you molarity is nothing but weight by molecular weight into 1000 by V in ml. So this is the formula. So if you can write like this, M is equal to moles by volume of solution. If it is ml, simply multiply with 1000. So if it is directly liter, so you do not need to particularly write this 1000 is equal to. So this is the molarity formula here. So what is the weight of this particular NaOH? So you know that the particular weight of this particular NaOH, that is 40 grams. So 40 grams by molecular weight. So what is the molecular weight? That is also 40. So just now only I told you that is a molecular weight, that is sodium which is 23 and the hydrogen which is 1, the oxygen which is 16. You know that the mass, so you will get the final answer which is 40 here. So here the weight which is 40 grams, the molecular weight is 40 grams and the remaining here 1000 by V in ml. So that means 1000 by V in ml, that is volume we have taken only 250 ml. So this is a final molarity of that particular solution which is having 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 250 ml of solution. So here the 40 grams by 40 grams into 1000 by 250. So this is a calculation for the molarity. It is very important thing. You should remember this molarity here. And next let us see the next thing which is molarity standards, molarity of ions and effect of dilution on molarity and the molarity of mixtures. So let us understand these three things. So how can we understand this molarity standard? So it is nothing but the molarity standards are nothing but there is a particular standards like molarity. So we can say that particularly that is, okay, let us say 1 molar, 2 molar. So I will say 1 molar simply molar, but 2 molar I will say particularly like binary like this. So 2 molar and dimolar. So if you are taken 4, if you are taken half molar, so I will take semi-molar. So I will use the words like this: semi-molar, decimolar. So deci means 10 here. So here like this. So deci. So that those are the molarity standards. So actually they don't necessary for now. We'll simply see the molarity of ions here. So molarity of ions is very important thing here. So because ions are also having the molarity. So see here, if NaCl is there, NaOH is there. So this particular NaOH, if it is having a molarity 0.1 m, that is a molarity. So it, even though it is dissociated into ions, that is Na plus and OH minus. Now the question arises here, that is 0.1 molar is not only for the solution. So even after the dissociation, of the ion. So here also the molarity of Na plus ions is nothing but 0.1 molar and here also 0.1 molar. But it is a unimolecular here. So if it is a bimolecule, like that, let us take the bipositive ion. So let us take simple example. Let us take the aluminum sulfate. So that is Al2SO4 taken thrice. So aluminum sulfate here. So you know that how can it is actually dissociating here, that is Al plus 3, that is 2 moles are there and the remaining one, that is SO4 minus 2, they are actually 3 moles are there, here 2 moles are there. So we can see the molarity here, molarity of ions here. So let us take this aluminum sulfate. This is the molarity. So I'm taking particularly that is 1 molar. So let us understand it is 1 molar, or you can take 0.1 molar. So whatever maybe, let us understand it is 1 molar sorry. So let us not one, let us take it as a 2 molar. So the total solution Al2SO4, the concentration which is 2 molar. So here that means that, so here even the ions, so that is multiplied with 2. So here the multiplied with 2 again. So here you should understand here that, so see here, you should understand here that SO4 minus 2, it is dissociating, and you are getting 3 moles here. Sorry. Okay, you are getting 3 only. So see here, 4 into 2, 6. So here Al plus 3. So actually aluminum is actually, it is in the third group. So it is having the plus 3 oxidation state. So sulfur will have the charge which is minus 2 is there. So here 3 particles are there, sulfate. So that means 3 into the molarity here. So 2 into the molarity which is, so I'm taking 2 molar. That means the molarity of this particular Al plus 3 ion, that is 4 molar. So here also you can take the SO4 minus 2, SO4 minus 2 here. So how much it is a molarity? How much it is a molarity here? So see here. So let me take another example, that is H3PO4, phosphoric acid. So let us take the the molarity which is, let us take is 0.4. So how can it actually be dissociating? That is 3H plus, and even again that is PO4, PO4 minus 3 here, like this. So H3PO4 minus 3. The structure of this actually it will be like this. This is OH, this is OH. So this is not actually single double bond, this is single bond. So this is the structure of actually H3PO4, that is phosphoric acid. So it is releasing these 3 protons. So here this one. So you can take this. So this one, it is the first one. This is the second hydrogen. This is the third hydrogen. So it is 3 hydrogens are there. So that is 3 H plus are there. Then minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. The total which is minus 3 here. Now you should understand one thing here, that the molarity of ions. So molarity of ions. So molarity, let us understand the molarity of H3PO4. H3PO4, let us, it is 0.4. Then what is the molarity of this H plus ions? That is 0.4 into 3 here. And here also the PO4 is there, that is the molarity, that is 0.4 into, how many are there? H3PO4, only one is there, that is 0.4 only. But here it is 3 moles are there, that is, so that is 1.2 here. That is the molarity of ions here. So molarity standards are nothing but simply the terms molarity standard, like decimolar. So whatever may be the molar, the decimolar, centimolar, so semimolar, like that, they are the standards. The molarity of ions. So these are the molarity of ions. So the next one, which is effect if dilution. So it is not if, it is on actually, effect on dilution and molarity. So what happens if you increase the dilution? If you do the dilution, what happens on the molarity? What happens? So let us understand this effect of dilution on molarity. So see here, effect of dilution on molarity. So particularly, so let us take a solution like this. So I have taken a solution. So see here. So now we are studying, we are talking about the dilution, effect of dilution. Dilution is nothing but we are adding excess amount of water. So let us take again the concentration. So you are waiting the final concentration. Okay, see here what happens. So this is the first solution. This is the first solution, and this is the second solution. So now the molarity of this one, this is M1, V1, and the number of moles, that will be N1, the volume which is V1, and molarity, the concentration, that is M1, V1 is a volume, N1 is a particular number of moles. So we are adding dilution. So we are talking about the dilution. That means we are adding water molecule. So we are adding H2O is adding here. So H2O is adding here. What happens? So only H2O is adding here. Now here there are 2 components are there. One is solution A. So one is solute and another one which is B. Now here adding water molecule. So see what happens here. So now see here. So see here the number of moles. Then here let us take it is M2, V2, N2. Now here we are adding only H2O. We are adding only H2O. Let us take A is a solvent, B is this A is a particularly this is solvent and B is a solute. So in this particular chapter, always remember that A is a solvent and B is a solute. So you are adding water. That means you are adding A here. So after you are adding only A, you are not adding B here. So that means the number of moles here. So number of moles here. So number of moles of B that will never change here. That is N1 will be remain same here. But what we are adding here, that is a solvent here. So simply here that the solvent which where water we are adding, the process is called the dilution, effect of dilution. So on dilution, what happens? If you are adding water, what happens? So what happens with the concentration? Is it decreases or increases? The question is it decreases or increases? So see here, let us take the solvent which is here 100 ml. Now you have added a certain solvent and you have got that is 500 ml. అంటే నీకు హాఫ్ లీటర్ వచ్చింది ఇక్కడ. సో జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఏమో 100 ml ఏదో ఒక చటాక్ అనుకోండి, అక్కడ 100 ml ఉంది. సో ఏమైతుంది ఇక్కడ సొల్యూట్ అనేది మారట్లేదు, ఫిక్స్ ఉంది. సో లెట్ us take the solute, it is 5 grams. 5 grams తీసుకొని నేను వాటర్లోకి యాడ్ చేస్తున్నా. వాటర్లో ఒకసారి 100 ml ఉంది, మళ్ళీ దానికి ఇంకో 400 వేసి 500 చేసాను నేను. So here I am doing particularly we are adding 400 ml here. So on dilution here, what happens here? So ante ikkada let us take it is 2 moles are there. Not only 2 moles, let us take it here 20 moles are there. So here 20 moles are dissolved in this 100 ml. But here the 20 moles are dissolved in 500 ml. 20 moles are dissolved in 500 ml. So see here. So the 20 moles are present more in case of this first one, that is 100 ml. 50 molar, 50 ml, that is 20 ml. So see, you can understand that on dilution, the molarity decreases. The molarity decreases. So remember that. So on dilution, the molarity actually is decreasing. So you can easily understand by using that figures. So see here, molarity, dilution, and adding what particularly and adding different. So on adding the B, that is solute particle. So on adding only solvent molecule, so we are adding only solvent here. So the number of moles of B here that is present equally, both are same here. But here the question is only the solvent we are adding. So only the solvent we are adding here. So see here, let us understand this. Now see here, the in first case, that is this is the first beaker and this is the second beaker. In the first one, that is N1, and the second one will be N2. The number of moles are both are actually equal. Both are actually equal. So both are actually equal. So actually here that is M1 V1, that is equal to M2 V2. So how can we write both are equal? So see here, the molarity is nothing but number of moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. You know that. So what is the number of moles? N is equal to M into V here. The number of moles is equal to molarity into volume of solution, that is in liters. That is in liter. So here the number of moles, that is equal to MV. So see here, MV. N1 is equal to, I can write as M1 V1. M2 I can write it as M2 V2 here. So this is also one of the formula you should remember. So this is before dilution. This is, so whatever you have taken, this particular M1 V1, this is before dilution and this is after dilution. So remember these formulas, they are very, very important in case of this molarity. So let us understand all these things with the molarity. So molarity standards are nothing but very simple, that is decimolar, semimolar, those are the standards. And the molarity of ion. So if the number of ions are increasing here, generally the molarity of that ions will be increases. And the effect is dilution and molarity. Effect of dilution and molarity. So molar, remember that once again I'm telling you. So the dilution. So that means water we are adding. So we are decreasing the molarity. We are decreasing the molarity. Remember this one. This is very, very important. So when you are adding water molecule, the concentration will decreases. And the last one, that is molarity of mixtures. So molarity of mixture. So what is the particularly this molarity of mixtures here? So that means, let us take, you have taken a two solutions, that is this is M1V1 and this is M2V2. So that means on adding these two, what is the value resultant solution? The resultant solution molarity, which is how much? The resultant solution, which is how much? So when you are adding two solutions with a known molarity, that is M1V1 and M2V2, and when you're adding both two, molarity of mixtures now we are talking about, that is M1V1, and we are adding M2V2. This is the another solution with M2V2, another molarity and another value. So what actually the resultant molarity? So remember just formula, so you can easily understand that M is equal to M1V1 plus M2V2 by for V1 plus V2. So this is a formula you have to remember. This is a formula to remember. So again, the molarity of mixtures will be M1 V1 plus M2 V2 by V1 V2. So here M1 V1, M2 V2. You should remember all these things with the molarity. So once again, I'm telling you the molarity is very, very important thing. Molarity is indicated with capital M. So molarity is nothing but M is equal to number of moles of solute. Moles of solute by volume of solution in liters. Volume of solution in liters. So molarity is very, very important. So molarity of these ions, molarity of dilution. So these are not that much important, but remember these formulas, they are important in the IIT JAM or competitive exams. But for the semester, actually there is nothing all these things. Simply you can write all the colligative properties. So let us understand this molarity till now. So till now it is a molarity, and we have already seen the problem, I think. So this is the problem actually we have already. So this is not seen actually. So let us see the molarity of this 40 grams of NaOH dissolves in 250 ml. So I think we have just now only we completed, that is the molarity of 40 grams of NaOH dissolved in 250 ml. So see here, this is the normality. Okay. Till now this is the molarity. Now let us start with the next one, which is molality. Molality. So let us start with the next term, which is molality. So this is also one of the very important, that is the molality. So what is molality? So this actually indicated with small m. So just now only I told you about the molarity. Molarity. Now here talking about the molality. So difference is only L here, but here R is there. Molality and molarity. So molality and molarity. So see here, what is actually this molality? So molality is actually, see here, very simple. So that is the number of solute dissolves in 1 kg of solvent. 1 kg of solvent. Now here, what is actually the molarity? So you know that the capital M molarity, that is the number of moles of solute, by volume of solution in liters. But now you have see here the mass of solvent here kg is there, the molality. So whatever which is the numerator, that is number of moles of solute, both are same, but the difference which is here, that is here the volume of solution in liters, here the mass of solvent in kg. That means you have to consider here the solvent. Remember this thing, that is very, very important thing. So this is a one, again the formula. If it is a grams, here kg, you have to use only kg. If it is given a grams, that is grams by again 1000. So this 1000 will be on right side like this. So that is a numerator. And here you can write the moles of solute, that is equal to, that is weight by molecular weight into 1000 by mass of solvent in grams. So very simple. It is a particular formula to calculate the molality. And let us see one problem. So let us see even one problem so you can easily understand. So let us see this particular formula. Find the molality. Okay, this is the molarity. So let us see one problem in the molality. So find the molality of 20 grams of NaOH in 100 grams of solution. So see here, that is find the molality of 20 grams of NaOH. So here the molality, what is actual the formula? You know that the formula which is molality, that is equal to number of moles of solute, by mass of solvent, mass of solvent in kg. If it is grams, just multiply with 1000. Number of moles, that is weight by molecular weight. So here weight by molecular weight. So what is the weight here? That is 20 grams. By molecular weight, that is sodium hydroxide, that is 40. And into, so what is the here 1000 it is there, and the mass of the solvent. So what is the mass of the solvent here? How can we know that the particular mass of the solvent here? Here the 100 grams is the solution, mass of the solution. And here 20 grams is the mass of the NaOH. So see here one thing that is very, very important thing here. So here 20 grams, that is NaOH. And the 100 grams, it is the solution. Now I am asking about the solvent. Now asking about the solvent. So you know the 20, and by adding this two, you are getting the 100. That means 80 grams is the solvent mass. So simply just write the 80, and finally you will get a particular value, that is, I think you will get the 6.25. You can calculate this. Something you will get 6.25 like this. So that is nothing but this is the units will be number of moles by mass of solvent in kg. So this is the molality of this particular solution, in which 20 grams of NaOH is there, and it is dissolved in 100 grams of solution. 100 grams of solution. So here this is one of the important thing, that is about the molality. So molality and molarity, mole fraction. Till now we have seen these three particular concentration terms. So we will see the next term, which is the normality. In the next session we will see the normality. But remember all these three particular concentration term: mole fraction, molarity, and molality. So